for the first 2 years, 1.5 to 2 years, it was a little crazy. We didn't go with Spinal Tap, but it was a little bit stupid.
Now there was a time when you loved me so. How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now?
I kind of played him this instrumental that I kind of come up with, and I said, I'd hear this How You Like Me Now, you know, and we could just talk about stuff that you'd be so bad to kind of get away with, but How You Like Me Now, you still like me, you know, and we were just laughing in my flat in Bath, but then it just stuck, and it was like, okay, so now we have actually got a song here, so let's just build the song. But you never ever know what a song is going to do, ever. So we were just really, really lucky that we recorded it for the second record. It got picked up to go on to for us to perform it on David Letterman. As soon as we did that, that's when it all started to go a little bit crazy for that track. So, you know, we thank those guys large. You kind of have to walk through the fire, you know, to understand a lot of how this life works, you know. And as much as past albums, I've been happy to live in the fire. You know, around that time, I wasn't so much. You know, I thought I'd walked enough fires and that I was ready to settle down. And you know, it's when you kind of do stuff for the wrong reasons. You do stuff for the wrong reasons. That's when stuff will situations will come back and they'll bite you in the butt. I think it influenced the record. It wasn't just me going through changes within their personal lives. I think Daniel also had a lot kind of going on. Chrissy had a lot going on. And so when you kind of bring all of these songs into the studio, it's kind of like we only went with the songs that kind of connected with us as a group at that time, you know? And so, hence as to why you have tracks like What Happened to the Love and Since You've Been Gone, and you know, it's tracks about toxicity, you know, because love is a funny thing, you know. You lose it, you want it. You get it back, you don't need it. You want to push it away, and it was a really, really difficult time kind of dealing with the idea of wanting something that's really bad for you. But, you know, some great material was written, so I'm happy. What happened to the... What happened to the... And I know that I should have seen the sign. We never write happy songs. We never ever write happy songs. I think when we were in the studio, it felt really therapeutic. You know, when we go out and we perform them now to an audience, I remember we performed at South by Southwest this year, and that was the first time that we presented all of our songs from the new record to our fans, and they went down a storm, and it felt as if so much weight had been lifted for me personally. I know that Dan kind of feels the same way as well. You know, it took us a long time to get the record done because of the situations that were kind of happening around us, and everyone kind of having time with their particular situations to have to deal with. So it took us a little while to get done, but as soon as we got it done, it was like, wow. And playing South by Southwest was just an incredible feeling of, wow, it actually sounds good to people. Because as I said, you write a song, you never know what it's going to be. Yeah, from the very beginning, it's, you know, it's a story of mine and Daniel's personal lives, basically. From Great Vengeance and Furious 5 through The House That Dirt Built, through to Glorious Dead, into Hurt and the Merciless now. It's been just a tale of, you know, how we've been developing as adults as well, you know, from our late 20s. I was doing security check on his bag one day, and it was like, oh, you got that magazine, and you're listening to that. And wow, what's this? You know, and it was like finding someone that was of like mind, but that was so completely different. I used to be the wild one. I'm not so wild anymore, you know. And Dan's always been super calm, super chill, super pensive. He's still that way, you know. Whilst I'm the one that fire. Oh, wow. Let me dive into that. Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. There's a track called Let You Go, which will probably be for the next record, which is, yes, that's going to be a terrifying track. It's going to be incredible. But, you know, it's just, again, you know, got no time for your actions, got no time for your talking. You suck the life out of me and give me no satisfaction, you know. Got me rolling on rust, got me rolling on lust. You know, it's when love gets treated and or mistreated, you know, and it becomes like a drug to people.
Now she looked just like heaven, but her mind ring a bell. Now I know
I have a fantastic wife, you know, who gets and understands, and you know, we're about to have our first child. I have 3 other children, and you know, we have this family it's beautiful now, and it's taken all of these past episodes and past moments within your life to kind of get to this point. And you know, I feel so positive about the future, and you know, yeah, fire jumping, fire walking is not me. I'm not walking any fires. Leave the coals. You don't need to bring them near me anymore. It's like we just used to smoke weed, so I wouldn't have said that was hard drugs, but I think it was quite funny for a couple of years when we got signed, you know, because when you haven't been signed, you don't know what it's like. And you know, Great Vengeance and Furious Fire was picked up as like one of the best independent records of the year, and hence we got booked all over Europe and then into America for the following year. And you just, you know, you go with it, you know, you go with it, and you quickly learn after about a year and a half that you cannot go at that pace. You can't go at that pace, because if you want to have any kind of longevity within this industry, you have to be good to yourself. You have to be healthy. You have to look after yourself. For the first 2 years, 1.5 to 2 years, it was a little crazy. We didn't go all Spinal Tap, but it was a little bit stupid. We're really, really fortunate. You know, there are so many bands that don't get to do what we do. And yeah, we enjoy our work. We love our work, and it comes pretty easy to us. As to, you know, the songs come easy, and the 4 of us have such an incredible understanding. And now, having brought Toby McLaren on board, who plays keys and kind of he arranges our horns and his strings, it's incredible. So it's like we have like this 5-man brain, you know, where everybody understands exactly what everyone wants to put into the pot. You know, it started with myself and Daniel, but now we have a beautiful, beautiful family, you know, a core. I think one of the first memories of knowing when it did work, we went over to State of Art, which is a studio in Bristol. It's owned by a friend of mine called Jeff Barrow, who created Porter's Head. So we went over and we cut this track with his engineer Stu, and we were going to go back in a few days and finish it. And so by the time we left Bristol, got back to Bath, you know, there was a message on my answer machine, and basically it was just saying, "This is incredible, this is brilliant." And pretty much what it was like it was an old soul sample chopped up, and Dan playing like raggedy guitar, and me singing in a falsetto but then growling in the choruses. And from then we kind of knew that it was like, oh, okay, you know, prick Jeff's ears up, you know. And then so we continued to do more and more, and I realized that I can't write in one genre. You know, I love old country, I love hip hop, I love reggae, you know, I love two-tone, you know, Prince, Michael Jackson, you know, you can't not love great pop, you know? So there are way too many genres to tackle to kind of have them pigeonholed. You know, you may as well take all of those pigeonholes and knock out all of the walls and make it as one, is how I say it. Everything will go with everything.
I can see what it is, I can see what's on my mind.
we kind of start off with like a guitar, a bass, and drums, and then it's like, yeah, that sounds great, but then it's like, oh yeah, but can't you just hear that string line, maybe that horn line, and what if we just like bring 5 horn players into, yeah, so we're always thinking beyond the capacity of just the 4 or 5 of us, you know. It's nice to record traditionally, you know, it's nice to kind of not just hit record into Pro Tools, you know, everything that we recorded to tape before it went into the computer. So everyone kind of says that the album sounds really warm. Well, we intentionally did it that way so that it would feel warmer, so it wouldn't feel as if it was just a digital recording, you know. So yeah, I think that approach we will definitely be doing again, and then we'll probably use some of the approach from what we've done previously on the 3 records before and just blend them together. You know, you're forever growing, so let's just keep growing, you know.